Alright. So waiting for Rick Laflaree to pull up. Soon as Rick Laflaree pull up, we can get started. Let me do that so I'll be able to see. Alright, we waiting for Rick Laflaree to pull up. Soon as he pull up, we can get this started. Bear with me. Waiting for him to pull up. Alright, we still waiting. Alright. Alright. Hopefully not too much longer before Rick pulls up. Catch up with Rick and talk about what he's been up to. He got an upcoming battle with Lee L&D. So Rick said he about to pull up. So we good. He got an upcoming battle May 3rd with Lee L&D. Far as the trenches. Like last time we seen Rick, he was battling, who was it? Baby James? That's who he's battling? Was it Baby James? Yeah, I wonder if it was Baby James. Like Rick been doing his thing. Make sure y'all go shop 9 Ball clothing too. Go get y'all some 9 Ball clothing. But I'm sure Rick gonna come. He gonna pop his shit about the Lee L&D battle. We gotta catch up for the last time I hollered at Rick. You know, clear. Clarify a few things. Clear up a couple of things. You know. If you got any questions y'all want me to ask Reek, drop them in the comments. Drop them in the comments. If y'all got any questions y'all want me to ask Reek. So Reek trying to get his phone right, and then we on to it. If y'all wonder why I keep turning my head, I'm looking at the TV. You know, WNBA draft starts at 7:30, so I'm trying to keep up with that also. That's what I'm trying to watch that too. Salute Miss Ari. Yeah, Reek said he having a little bit of phone issues, but he said he pulling up, so we waiting on him. You know. Salute Mika 48. Salute everybody popping up to show love. We waiting on Reek to pull up. Reek said he getting the phone together. He getting the phone together. Once he get the phone together, we gonna get it. We gonna get it together. Let me see. Yo, Mika, he said about his phone. So salute BNB. Oh, I got him. We good now.
Yo,
What up,
yo.
Reek?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Talks with Jay. We in the building.
You
We in the
know,
building.
BNB in the building, Mika in the building, Miss Ari in the building.
hmm
They said they here for you.
I love them all. I love them all. Shout out BNB. Shout out Mika. Shout out everybody that's in here. I love all y'all. You feel me?
Let's talk about it.
Let's
Last
talk.
time I talked to you, I want to say it was before you were supposed to battle far as RBE. And I think was it supposed to be Madison you were supposed to battle?
I think it was supposed to be at that time. I think it was supposed to be what's his face? Because I don't know if that was Madison. That was the thing. What's his face? PT or some shit like that.
Oh, Petizas.
Yeah. Cause that was like the first battle they had booked me with over there. And then, you know, you know how that shit go for me. People just schedules don't intertwine and, whatever the fuck he was going through and shit. You know.
Then the next time, We see you. You over at the trenches. So how we go from one situation to the next?
All right, so like it's really not it's really not as complicated as like people make it seem type shit. Like it's really a real simple story. I came into this game. Um, I came into this this thing of battle rap. I came into this shit, and I always told myself, like I want the eyes. I want the opportunities. I want that name. I want to be the next big thing. No pun
Mm.
intended. You feel me? Um, and Easy, he came out all the way up to my region. He came out to my region and saw me battle on Massacre Battle Association, which, you know, for that battle got 1,000 and something views in like a day, and that's on like like a backyard battle league, essentially. Not that respectfully, that's like a backyard battle league. He came out there, saw me once. He didn't have to be there. He came out there on his own merit. Shout out to my management, DMU. He came out there on the strength of, I got a good manager. He was like, yo, let's put this together. And you know, what it was my manager was trying to put together something for the region, similar to how Takeover, they just did something, big. My manager, he was trying to bring the trenches out there. He was trying to bring something cool, to the region because we don't get that kind of opportunities. We don't get those kind of eyes. If it ain't, Chilla talking about it or the people in New England, the city towers, the QBs and stuff like that, like we don't get those kind of eyes, right? So, fast forward, he pull up to the region, he sees that battle I have and battle of the night. I'm rocking the building. I'm doing what the fuck I do. The people that know me, they know me. I'm doing what I do best. And he invites me. Mind you, at that time, the plan was never like I didn't have no intentions on, joining the trenches and shit like that at that time. So I thought it was cool, obviously. But, when he had the tournament going, that was never something that was like first priority in my head. It didn't really click until after that battle where like he was like, yo, like I fucks with you, like yo, the bull nice, my favorite Easy voice. You feel me? And and his security guard and shit like that was like, yo, like this, this big nigga right here, like yo, he fire, like he moving, he shaking the building, he electrifying, all that shit. Um, he invites me to do the Who Don't Belong Here card. That was the free stream with Baby James. Um, Mind you, at that time, I'm still fucking with them over there, at RB and BRED and stuff like that. Shout out to them. Um, so it was never no bad blood. I do the battle, I get great reception, good debatable battle. Some had me winning, some had me losing. For me, that's all for the fans to go check out. Reek Laflaree versus Baby James, by the way. Um, then from there, you know, I get a call, bro, get a call. We all get a call, to say the least. The people that got the call, they got a call, and then it really just went from there. And it's funny because like he cool, like he he was cool as shit. He knew about the situation with them over there. He tried to be on some nah fuck out of here, like you can't. He wasn't never on that.
Mm.
The funny thing is, stuff happens, and really for me, that's like one of the first times I ever had a situation and stuff like that, where stuff like that happened. Like I've never been one to be known to duck smoke and all that type of shit. You feel me? Because I feel like I could beat anybody on any given day. You feel me? I even told them like, yo, we could reschedule it, because he was cool with it. He said you could do it. Like he told me, I was on the phone. He said you could do that shit. Like, do the battle, whatever, whatever. Um, but and that was it. Feel me? Like it was really, an opportunity presented itself, and I took it. And battle rappers could over there, they could all pretend and cap and shit like that. But that's like you've been an artist your whole life, or a rapper your whole life, and Hove call you,
Yeah.
and he on some shit like not to compare these niggas, this nigga to Hove, but like metaphorically, Def Jam call you or some shit like that. And boom, they present you with an opportunity. They tell you like, look, we want to invest in you. We want to, blase. You're gonna go for that. Especially if your music videos for me, metaphorically, you getting 500, views, not K, like for me, you get maybe 500 views, less than that, and then in one night, You know, 9 minutes because that's three. You know, 3 rounds. All it takes is 9 minutes, and then boom. Next thing you know, you get talked about all over Twitter, and you know, the battle rap community is talking about you. You know, you get that. You get a semi push. You don't even. It ain't even a full push. All it took was a mention. You feel me? And then now, you know, people are looking at you. Now they're watching your battles. You know, you using all this talent and you putting it on leagues that maybe get 100 or 200 or 300 views per battle. And, you know, you doing your promo, you talking your shit, but it's just not getting the eyes that it deserves. And that could be for maybe, like I said, the market of where you from, or you know, many other reasons. But nonetheless, you know, this guy goes, I want to invest in you. Yeah, like for me, so I'm gonna take the opportunity and I'm gonna be grateful for both ends. You know, and I told them I'm grateful for for everything that they did do. You know, just like I'm grateful for Ethan for me for the shit that he's doing right now. You know, just like I'm grateful for my manager because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be in this position. Like
Mm,
for real, like he put me in front of who I needed to be in front of. All I
that's
did
a
was show
fact.
up and rap.
That's a fact.
You know,
That's a fact. Because Twitter definitely was ma- like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Oh, this nigga can rap. I'm on
yeah,
Twitter watching the battle, and I'm like, oh, the mentions is going up.
yeah, the mentions is going crazy. Like the data, the who don't belong here shit. My mentions was going like I have my phone in my pocket and I'm rapping this shit like, and I'm feeling like my phone going crazy like while I'm rapping like in real time like, you know. And the second I got to check my phone, I'm seeing like live reactions in my mentions. You know, like people quoting bars like to this day. You know, people quote the stove had to work bar. You know, that was probably bar the night at that battle. You feel me at that event? Feel me? So
See, I had to ask about how we got from one situation to the other because I'm pretty sure people was like, oh, he went there because that's where the lights is at. That easy popping. He going where everybody's talking about everybody at. That's what I'm like. I figured it wasn't no you you an opportunist type thing. I knew that, but I
the
had to
funny thing
ask.
is, like, it was never no, it wasn't no beef, no hard feelings, none of that shit. Like, what this shit say? Connection lost. You can hear me?
Hmm.
All right, cool. My shit just tweaked for a second. Funny thing is, it never what to me. Like to me, I can't speak for everybody. You feel me?
Mm,
It never was no hard feelings, and it wasn't about jumping ship and being on the neck. Like for me, the hottest thing moving type shit. Like that wasn't never the thing. Like initially that was never like my mindset. My mindset, like I said, was to show up and rap extremely good in front of whoever the fuck I'm doing it in front of. You know, people
mm,
don't even know. Like I was in the process of like I was about to have a league and shit like that started up in the tri-state area from where I'm from and shit like that. QB got her shit, but I was trying to get something for the niggas from Hartford. Like I'm from Hartford. I'm not from where she's from. We from the same state and shit like that. Shout out Bridgeport and New Haven and you know what I mean. She from the 203. I'm from the 860. You feel me? I was trying to get something going for my niggas out there and stuff because we got a lot of talent in the tri-state area and up north, but it's like it's not a market for battle rappers up north. If it's not We Go Hard, and now we're just seeing like a big emergence from Takeover Battle League. But if it's not, you know, We Go Hard or the TBL is like up north don't really, it's not a market for us. Ain't no stars coming out of up north. You feel me? I could you can't name 5 stars that's came out of the New England area in the last 10 years, besides Kid Slade. But you
yeah,
see what's going on with that. Like you see how so it's like we ain't have shit. And I
yeah,
tell people that the market for niggas like me, where I'm from, it's extremely fucking low. So yeah, I'ma always do what's best for my career. And like I said, it never was a beef thing. Like I never, I looked at these people like for me, I thought they'd be happy for a nigga. Like that's like, the Willy Wonka shit for me. That's like, little dude found a little chocolate the ticket, the fucking golden ticket and shit. Like it's like something like that in a sense. I thought
yeah,
niggas would be happy, but this is battle rap, and in battle rap, you're not allowed to be happy for another person's success if you don't attribute to it. And that's shit.
That's
where it just
wild.
get all gray area for me. Like, it's like I said, with me, it's, I was presented with what I was presented with. It looked good. We had a good conversation. We have an understanding. Um, and that's where, that's where I'm going. That's where we at with it. That shit, sealed, signed, delivered, and like I said, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be able to showcase, my talents and stuff like that. So, you know, like I said, getting those eyes. I mean, since then I battled on OSBL. And the funny thing is like even before the contract, like I was always like outside. Like it's not like I was ever on the shelf for anybody. Like I was already outside. Like I already before I fucking had the contract. Like as you can see, like I was in the process getting booked left and right. Like you feel me? So it never was an issue with me to get booked. The people that have seen me rap in person, they love it. And
Yeah.
not to say like I'm the best ever, but for somebody that's only been rapping for the short amount of time that I've been rapping, I'm doing good if I do say so myself. You feel me? I rap good. I rap really good. So, and like I said, I appreciate everybody that watches me. I appreciate everybody that they talk about me, good, bad, whatever. I appreciate all of that shit. The media. The Miss F Dots. The Casanovas, the battle rap facts. The three letterman, it's a shout out to the bars of the month. They put me on that my first battle over there at the trenches. I made bars of the month. My whole second round practically was on there, against Baby James. So again, it's crazy how all it takes sometimes is that one opportunity. All I did was I just battled in front of the free stream and shit like that on a you know on a free trenches card, and then like I said, that shit brought more attention to me than I had before. Promo's never been a problem because I'm gonna always talk my shit. If you ever catch me in the spaces, I'm a habitual shit talker. So that's just that's just the art for me. Like we should talk on everything. So, but yeah, it's and I know for a fact, it's gonna be some angles and shit like that in the future for me. Like motherfuckers going for me, but I rather them type of angles than them other type of angles and shit. We don't
Mm,
want them type. We don't want them other type of angles. Feel me? Like,
nah.
so
You got Lee LND
yes,
coming
ma'am.
up
Yes, ma'am. Shout
with
out
a
to
stream for that.
that's the first signed trenches artist. So shout out to him. I gotta give him respect where it's due. You know,
That's a fact. He coming off a win on the last event. Last time he battled, he coming off a win.
man.
You
That
and
makes
Baby
two of
James
us.
was one of those though.
That makes two of us. I'm just coming off a fresh body at OSBL.
That's a fact. You did your numbers at OSBL. I ain't even gonna lie.
You feel me? So I mean, shout out to him type shit. Like I feel like with Lee, and I'm glad we here now. I'm glad because now we talking about he came off a good body. I would say it's a good body. I'm coming off a body. The difference is the difference is everybody expected fucking Gav to do what he did. Everybody expected that shit. You feel me? Like even me and the homies, we like, yo, we hope he do great because he got talent. Like this motherfucker's talented, but the talent don't mean shit if you for me. If you got a track record of doing that shit for me. Like so. It's like I sat there in front of Baby James on my first time being at the trenches. Come on now. Easy saw me battle literally 3 weeks prior to that. 3 weeks prior to that, maybe 4 weeks. He saw me battle prior to that, and then was just like, yeah, I want this nigga right here to battle, arguably, the best puncher in the trenches. You feel me? Um, and I'm always give Baby James credit where it's due. Shout out to him. He doing crazy shit right now too. So for me to get that on my first appearance over there,
That's a
that
fact.
says something. That says something. That's something that whether people think I belong there or not. Feel me? Like niggas can't take that away from me. You know. I'm getting great performances from niggas. Like niggas don't want to choke in front of me. Pause. Like niggas don't want to. They don't want to have to slip up or do any of that shit in front of me because they see it. Like, and any clip I've ever posted on Twitter, it's always some crazy room shit. And and just like I said in the face off, Whitley the other day, if you watch any of my battles, you usually get in the room shake within the first 4 bars. Like, and it happened at OSBL, it happened at Massacre, it happened at the trenches. Like, I'm good for at least 3 or 4 of them bitches damn near around. So he gonna have to, stand in front of a nigga that has just as much energy, charisma, because for a big dude, like I'm one of the more charismatic motherfuckers up there. I don't look shy when I'm on stage. I don't look like, I'm nervous and shit like that. I've only been doing it for 2 years. I don't look like that shit when I'm on stage because
Nope.
all that shit go out the window when it's game time. It's game time. All the nerves and shit like that, you know, that gotta go out the window. The friendly shit that goes out the window. Like I fuck with Baby Jim, but even if you watch that, we was trying for me knock each other's heads off.
That's a
We gonna have
fact.
to deal with that for 3 rounds, not one, 3. He might fuck around have a stove to, like he gonna have to see one of those or 2 or like I'm not even gonna spoil my material. He gonna have to see a couple of them shits because the shit that he talk I could talk too. My track record proved it. I could talk the same thing that anybody else could talk. Only difference is I'm more confident when I do it. I'm gonna shake the room when I do it. You know, and that's what that's the difference between me and Lee and shit like that. It's like
You get
he
to it quicker than him, is what you saying?
absolutely, absolutely. Now he got that energy. Like he really got like like real Philly fucking energy. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that. And I love that energy. Pause. You feel me? I
Mm.
love that energy. Because that energy kind of embodies the energy of battle rap. If you look at the classics and stuff like that, Lee has that. He got that in him. You know,
Mm.
but then you dealing with a nigga with hunger and cue the fat jokes here. You feel me? You dealing with a nigga with hunger and energy as well. I'm not going up there to play with you. I'm the one that's going in there with a chip on my shoulder because here I am, the fresh face.
Yep.
Until I get the the eyes and the fins, to accumulate. I'm always gonna be having. I'm always gonna be fighting with my back against the wall. But that's the cool thing about being at the trenches and the cool thing about being where I'm from. Everything I've ever done back against the wall. Every time I've battled has been an away game. Every battle I have has been an away game. I can't say the same for Lee. I battled in New York. I battled at We Go Hard. I battled on Fight Back Arena. I battled on I Battle. I battled on Takeover. I battled on the trick. Like, you feel me? I done battle places that he hasn't touched yet. Respectfully. I got cosigns from niggas and my first time rapping that he didn't get yet. Or he probably, he got after, getting the push and shit like that. I was traveling via fucking my manager. It was just me, my manager, and maybe 2 others for me. The niggas from DMU traveling. We going everywhere with it. Everywhere. We battled in Mass. We battled in Boston. We battled like, I've already done that. So I already been tested to different crowds. You know, that's why I'm comfortable wherever we battle at. I'm comfortable, and I'm gonna show that comfortability. We going back to the, we going back to the crib with this one. So I'm gonna be comfortable in there. I'm gonna be in there, the same place I battle Baby James at. I'm gonna be comfortable in that motherfucker doing what the fuck I did last time, and that's putting up numbers. You know, 'Cause I can't. I'm not gonna allow him to scare me or intimidate me because he could rap. You know,
Mm.
but like I said, I can rap too, and he gonna have to bark with me. You know, I'm 6'4", 300 almost. Bark with me. So
You got a point. We haven't seen Lee L&D on the road to see if he can handle like the pressures of not being at home, not having the crowd on your side,
and when he did
having to
it,
fight
he
through
battled
that.
CNG Ty. When it wasn't a home game, it was against CNG Ty, and we
Mm.
seen what happened. We seen what happened. I hope that don't happen again. If you watching, don't fuck my footage up.
That part. Hashtag don't fuck my
Don't fuck
footage
my
up.
footage up. You feel me? And I seen that battle, and I was like, man, he rapping until he
Mm.
wasn't. Until he fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you know, I carry the confidence of a experienced vet. The confidence, and you know that shit gonna show. You gotta look up and you gotta for me try to bark at somebody that's way bigger than you. It ain't gonna be as easy as it looks. You barking on Gav and I mean the nigga is defenseless. Like the nigga was fucking defenseless. Like you feel me? Me, I like that though. I fought back against Baby James. Like niggas thought I was down for the count off the first round he spit. Okay, boom. Second round, we fighting. Third round, we fighting. You feel me? So then it's more than just, he brought up a point. It's more than just rapping. He's absolutely right. It's more than rapping. I won't say everything that it is, but it's little intangibles that Lee hasn't even touched. It's things that he hasn't even done yet, or he doesn't even know that he needs to do yet. You feel me? That I
Mm.
do right now. Just like you could say for me the same thing, vice versa, about me. But there's things that I do that cater more to my style, that help me out. You feel me? Um,
Mm.
that make me look better, and so it's a science. Winning battles is definitely a science. It's not about who could be the loudest nigga or who the toughest nigga in the room and shit like that. It ain't about that. You know, we just gonna see. You know,
Who needs to win more? Him being at home, you being the new face that everybody's talking about. Who need to win more?
who wants it more? Feel like that's a
Ooh,
better question.
that's a better
Who wants
question.
it more? Because
Him, him,
you know,
like him being
right
at
now he
home, I
he got
would
the
think it
whole
would be him.
trenches gatekeeper, energy right now, like, and I love it. Trust me, I dig it. He got the, welcome to the NBA type. He, about to give me one of them type games. And that's what I want. I want a game like that. I don't like easy kills and, bodies and shit like that. Like I want dog fights. I want replay value. Bring it here, feel me? But I also know that being the newer face and being in a newer wave of new trenches artists that I want it more than anything. You know, I want niggas to talk about me the same way they talking about other trenches artists. Like for me, I want niggas to know like, yo, we here. Me BNB, we here. You know, I want niggas to see that shit. You feel me? And I don't want it to be just another nigga in the spaces that talk shit. And then I
Yeah.
want niggas to know like I'm gonna talk shit in the spaces for sure. And then I'm
Mm,
gonna show up to these fucking battles and I'm gonna talk shit in my raps. I'm gonna talk my shit with my pen. I'm a promo. We still gonna be talking shit. You know. So I feel like I want it more than him. But you know, if we talk about who needs it, I feel like as long as, because again he's home, and it's like I'm home, but it's technically not really a home game for me yet.
mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like he needs it more than I do, but it wouldn't hurt his stock if he lost to me. Just like it wouldn't hurt my stock if I lost to him, depending on like I said how I do, you know. Um, luckily for both of us, it's not like one of those battles where like our stocks is at stake and shit like that. For me, no, because we're pretty even on a plateau of things and the hierarchy when it comes to this battle rap shit. You feel me? Like we both, we are highly known. We not superstars and shit. We not, but we still, we still validated names and shit like that. Like you'll still see, my name in a space type shit like that. So, niggas probably will, if I ain't gonna lie, if I lose, niggas probably will be like, this nigga Reek. Niggas, yo, what? I got a lot of haters. Like motherfuckers can't wait to crucify my black ass. Like, what was just, um, and he, he a little bit more quieter online.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks calling my phone and shit.
If you
That'd be
clearly
fucked.
beat Lee
These people
LND,
calling my phone. Yo,
can you hear me?
you can hear me?
Yeah. Well, I think I
Yeah,
lost him.
damn, my shit tweaking.
I hear you. I see you.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah. Go out and come back in. Oh man.
Yo,
Yeah.
you get me?
Mhm. I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yo.
Let's see. I hear you. All right. So he probably got a call, but we getting to the good stuff now about his battle with Lee L&D. Like, who wants it more? Who needs to win more? Like Lee L&D is like the gatekeeper far as like trenches. He like the gatekeeper to let Reek come in there and clearly beat him. I don't know. Like, if I'm him, I don't know if I can afford that. I don't know if I can afford that. You know? I don't know if you can afford that. And if Reek coming in and clearly beat Lee L&D, like, who makes sense for Reek to get next? For us the trenches. You know, he got Baby James. Now he got Lee L&D, the gatekeeper. So he got the best puncher. He getting Lee L&D, the gatekeeper.
Morning,
There you go.
shorty.
There you go. I can hear you. There you go.
But you can see me?
Yeah. Yeah, I see you.
Oh my god. Yo.
Yeah.
Why is folks calling my phone right now during this time, man? It's
I
just crazy.
mean, if you gotta go, we could always get a part two. You know, if we gotta go now, we can always get a part two another day. Like we can make it happen. Cause it ain't like he got Push gonna shove. We do a part two. We do a part two tomorrow or another day this week. We can do that.
Man, nigga calling my phone from blocked numbers, man. Nigga trying
Yo,
to throw me
that's
off my interview.
that's
Like nah,
wild.
nah, I'm playing for me. Like folks really calling my phone right now. Like
I
I'm
mean,
busy and
if you
shit.
gotta go, it's cool. We can always get another part two. We can
We can
do
get a
that.
part two, feel me?
Yeah, we can
Um,
do a part two another day this week if
we
need
can do a
be.
part two. All right, so
Yeah,
how
we can
about
do
this?
a
The
part
part
two.
two we're gonna talk about my hit list. We're gonna talk about
Bet.
we're gonna talk about that hit list sometime this week. How's Thursday?
Thursday works for me. We can do Thursday at
Thursday?
7. That works.
We're gonna do Thursday. We're gonna get into some shit, man. I'm gonna get into some shit. I might want to stir the pot a little bit, you
I
know.
like it.
Um,
Sounds good to me.
ruffle some feathers and shit like that, you know.
Sound good to me.
You know. But nah, I appreciate you, bringing me up, doing this with me. Um, like I
Always.
said, you've been one of the people that, since at least since you got familiarized with me, you've been supporting, you've been showing love, and I appreciate that, from the bottom of my heart, real shit,
I would
you
put
know.
you against a lot of these new guys. I would.
Man,
I will
I would
put you
too, but
against a lot of these new guys.
the new
You,
the new
B&B, Dre Lights, like Gav.
shout
Like
out
I would
DMU, shout
put
out
y'all
DMB, yo.
against some of these young guys to do like some of the newer guys. Y'all hungry, and I know y'all going to go and represent. I know it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Shout out my guys, BMB, Dre Lights, man. DMU shit, overhead shit, you know. And these is guys I go to war with. These is niggas that I take these niggas on the road, you know, and we go, we done been to, like I said, those places. We've been battle tested. Dre Lights, he beat Chilla, you know. BMB, he beat Lou Castro. I beat Hazy Williams, you feel me? BMB beat Rubando, like, so it's we got experience and we got that hunger and like I said, we battle tested and stuff like that. And we battling these niggas in some of their hometowns. We
That's
done
a fact.
beat these niggas in places that we not supposed to be. beating them pause, like, beating them in a battle type shit. So, you know, we go talk about that. Like I said, we'll talk about that Thursday, and
All right.
I go through a list of people that that I feel like could die. You know,
Oh, that works.
so nah,
Salute
I
to you.
appreciate
Well,
you.
I talk to you Thursday.
All right.